Hello and welcome to another episode of Abstract Thesis series. And in today's video, we are going to discuss a couple of features which came as part of April 2024 release of Power BI. So in April 2024 release, we got two features, and couple of features which we are going to explore today is new visual, which is 100% stacked area chart and line chart enhancements. So let's look at these features. There is a new visual which is 100% stacked area, which is available now into the visualization, which we are going to explore. And then there are certain line enhancements like adjust the color transparency under colors and transparency, control color and transparency for each series and apply settings to use monotone and new cardinal smooth type for full control of smooth lines, and choose from before, center and after for steps line. We are going to explore these features onto the Power BI. So let's jump onto the Power BI and have a look at these features. I'm onto the Power BI desktop and I have already opened new page on my Power BI file. This Power BI file also contains the generic schema which I'm always using. This schema contains a central sales table along with dimension tables like item, date, geography and customer. I'm back onto the visualization pane, and here I'm going to add 100% stacked area chart. Let me enlarge it. Now let me add the x-axis, y-axis and legend on this visual. So on the x-axis, I'm going to add month here from the date table. I'm going to add net from the y-axis. As it is 100% stacked area visual, it is just showing every value as 100%. And let me now go ahead and add category to it as a legend. Now it is showing you the distribution of these category on each month, how much percentage each category contributes. We can open the format pane from the right hand side and can check out the properties. So I can give title. By default there is a title tag. I can give a manual text, or I can use the function, means based on a measure I can also have my title. I have heading, means I want normal heading, I want H2, I want H3, all these options I have. I can choose a font and the font size. I can make it bold, italic and underline as per need. I can also decide the text color and I can use conditional formatting in that. Same way, I can have background color and I can also use conditional formatting in that. I can change the horizontal alignment. Let me make it center, but it can be left, center or right. If the text is bit long, I can use word wrap. As usual, I can give a subtitle. I can have a divider between the title, subtitle and the visual, and I can customize the spacing. On the x-axis, again I have option for font, bold, italic and underline. I can choose a color and use conditional formatting. I can change the maximum height as per need. Concatenated labels on or off. I have discussed that in the past. You can watch that video. I can have the title. If I switch off the title, check out where the month here is. Now the month here is gone. It was here. Let me enable it again. Now you can see it. I can give a new title here. I can choose the style. I can choose the font, color, etc. And I can have the layout which include minimum category width. Same way on y-axis, I can have minimum or maximum range. I can leave it to auto, or I can use measures using fx. Scale could be logarithmic. I can invert the range if I want to go from 100 to 0, as you can observe on the visual now. Same way, values, you can decide the font. You can switch on or off title just like the x-axis title. Same way for legends, you can play around the location of the legend. Right now it is top right. I can make it right, center right. I can also use match color line option, which is already enabled, or I can disable it. Then the text, font, etc. I can decide. Same way, title, I can enable or disable. The category value will come or go away. I can add grid lines, zoom slider. I can play around with the individual properties of the line, color and layout. Similarly, the shaded area is on. You can switch it off. It will become like a line visual. So you can have 100% stacked line visual. You can have area transparency. You can play around with that. You can increase or decrease that. The lines can have markers. You can enable the markers, and line can have some markers. You can enable data labels as per requirement. You can choose for which series you want to have data labels. In this case, it is pretty busy. I may not want it for all lines. So I can switch it off. Again, the data label property like single line, multi-line, etc. applies to it. Then we have series label. If you want that, series labels comes at the end by giving the series name. In such cases, you might not need a legend. disabling that, and the other properties like plot area, background and reference line is also available. So this is tagged area for you. Now let's look at the new line properties which we have got in the April release. So let me start with a simple line visual. I'm going to have this line visual on month year and net, and in the format pane I'll go to the line properties. As of now I have only one series, so we have solid, dashed and dotted. Previous properties also we had, and then we have types like linear, smooth and stepped. So in case of stepped, you have this kind of line, stepped line, and here the property applies for center, before. So you can see the difference now. Look at the difference here. Center, little bit before, after, everything at the end. So these are the properties which you can use in the step. If you go for a smooth line, you get option for monotone or cardinal. When you choose cardinal, now you can see the sharpness is there something which you can address. Now tension, if I go, and now you will see the more I increase, the more sharper the edges it has. If I decrease, the more rounded edges I have. Or you can use monotone, which is automatically adjusted. Under the color, the new feature transparency which has come, you can make line little bit transparent, and as you can see, the line transparency is changing. Same way, when I use legend, I can do it for each series. If I add category as legend, now I have multiple series and I can change some of the properties particular series. So let's say for category 1, I reduce the transparency 0. You can see a much darker line. So these are couple of features which are released as part of April 2024 release. So why don't you go ahead and try these out, and do let me know what else you want me to cover in this particular series. Thanks for watching this particular video. Thank you.